Alright, what's going on, guys? This is Alex here, and I'm back with another dividend investing video. And it's been a while since I posted from my last video. Uh, right here we can see July 11th. It is currently October 21st, so it's been a while. So a lot of things have happened in between then. A lot of things have changed within the portfolio. I've gotten rid of some stocks, and I've also added a few that have caught my attention as well too. But if you can see from this video here, the value of my portfolio was at 5,700 from the last video that I made, and now portfolio is at 8,400 right here. So of course I've been consistently investing. I've been working a lot. Man, working a lot. That's an understatement. Let's just put it like that. But just been busting my butt. Since my last video, this past August, I recently graduated from college. So I have been on the hunt for a job. And I've been fighting tooth and nail. I've been applying to jobs. I've been interviewing for a few. And I have a third interview coming up in the next week, or next week actually, on the 27th of October. So wish me luck on that. It's going to be hopefully the final interview. This is the third interview that I'm having with this company. So hopefully that goes well. And if it does, and I get the job, then I mean, that would be amazing. That means that I can contribute even more to this portfolio. So I'm able to contribute more and to hopefully, snowball and compound these dividends into, something that, eventually, as you can see up here, create another form of passive income. But what I wanted to look at right now, at least, is the past month. You can see right here, it went down a couple of dollars. It was at 50, but $46 in dividends from the past month. I think this might be one of the highest dividend earning months that I've had. I think all time, I'm pretty sure. But for $50 roughly, that's incredible. And I mean, never in a million years would I thought that I would just make $50 from essentially doing nothing, but investing. I mean, but it's just crazy to see something like this. It's a fairly small amount, but I mean, it's a lot. It goes a long way in the future. I know that this is only the start, and I mean, stuff like this, it really motivates me to continue on contributing to this portfolio, and just trying to work harder and try to increase my income and try to contribute more to this portfolio. So that's really exciting to see. I really hope someone out there sees this, and it motivates them to continually invest. And I mean, I haven't been investing for too long. You can see I started my portfolio on September 22. Oh wait, no. I started my portfolio July 22nd, 2019, so of last year. So it's been about a year and about 2 months since I've created this portfolio, and here I am. I mean, I'm a college student. I mean, freshly graduated college student, and here I am, contributing consistently to this portfolio. So I hope that this motivates somebody out there to, at least start and, be on the right path to eventually earning their own financial freedom. I mean, that's in the end, that's what this portfolio is all about, is creating another passive income, and hopefully eventually soon, early retirement, financial freedom, go traveling, explore the world, whatever you like to do. Personally, I would love to travel the world and, go around the country in the US and America, and go to cities like Chicago and New York, all those big cities and everything too that I've never been to. So hopefully this motivates somebody out there to start. And if anybody has any questions regarding this, I mean, you can ask me personally, send me a private message, or you can just comment down below. But yeah, if you haven't seen that last video, if you need like directions to how to pick, dividend stocks, specifically dividend growth stocks, where these companies have shown a history of consistently growing their dividends. You can check out this video that I uploaded. It's titled "How to Pick Dividend Growth Stocks" on M1 Finance. And it's not limited to just M1 Finance. You can do this on Robinhood. You can do this on E-Trade. You can do this on Charles Schwab. You can do this on anywhere. So there's no excuse. There's a lot of free apps out there, free brokerages with no fees and everything. So there's not an excuse. I just hope that, if you had an idea, if you wanted to, get out of, I guess financial trouble, or if you want to just create another source of income, then hopefully this motivates you to start one. But back to the portfolio. I made a couple of changes. Actually, a lot of change. Well, not a lot, but I've trimmed out a lot of my portfolio just because I've wanted to just shrink down my positions and try to, keep the best of the best. And as you can see, I have 26 positions now. I believe in this last video that I had, how to pick dividend growth stocks, I had about 30-ish positions. So I've trimmed down a little bit. I've actually added like maybe one or two. You can see Best Buy and Stanley Black and Decker. And I added back Costco because I like Costco. I think they have a really good business model. The fundamentals are there. The revenues are there. The dividend growth is there. And I mean, you can say pretty much the same thing with all these companies. I mean, they all have these things in common. They are... the fundamentals are great. They are focused on growth and creating diversity through product diversification, or services as well too, offering many services. Like companies like Disney, who have their Disney Plus subscriptions, which they're earning this cash from their streaming revenue every month. So it creates a predictable cash flow almost. It's not quite like real estate, but it's one of those things where it's a monthly subscription and you're continually getting cash on a consistent basis. So companies like Disney is like that. Costco as well too. Costco, you have to have a membership. You pay $100, I believe, a year. And you have a membership there, and you can go in there. You need a membership just to go in there and shop. So, they got that going for them. I think that's a really great business model. And in the future, it's going to create a lot of revenue growth. Especially me, if I get a big boy job, hopefully in the next week, I might go and get a Costco membership as well too. But yeah. So I've trimmed down the portfolio a little bit. So these are my companies here. If you want to, slow down, pause the video or anything, I'm just going to do a little, drive-by scroll down just so y'all can take a look. But I'm hoping to fund this portfolio a little bit more on a consistent basis. I actually just got back from a trip to Colorado. So that trip, put a little dent in the wallet, but I'm all good now. It actually wasn't as bad as I anticipated. So, but yeah, I'm just been working a lot. Been trying to save up money and just trying to, not spend money as well too. You got to be a little frugal. You got to make some sacrifices if you want to do, something like this. I had somebody tell me personally, in your 20s. This is the time. I believe Graham Stephan also said this as well too, so shout out to Graham Stephan. But in your 20s, this is the time to go out and grind, put in hours, put in blood, sweat, and tears into your job, into your profession, your career, whatever it is. Just go put in some hours, go make some money, go. You might have to make some sacrifices, from your social life, from family time. Family's important. But there's sometimes you need to be a little bit selfish and think about yourself and your future. You have a right to be selfish. Now that doesn't mean block your friends. delete your Instagram, delete your Facebook, block your grandma on Facebook or anything, your aunt. No, don't do that. These past few months have made me realize, I don't really want to work for somebody for the rest of my life, and that's just, the reality of it. I want to, be my own boss, work on my own hours. I want to, set my own schedule, not have to show up to an office or just a building across town or anything like that, And that, I don't think that's unattainable. I think it's very doable. And there's plenty of people out there in the world that do it as well too. Maybe not a whole lot, but there's definitely a good bit if you actually, go down with the numbers. I could probably look it up on Google, but I'm not going to, because I know that it's true. The specifics, it doesn't really matter, but it is very true. But yeah. So moving on to the portfolio, it's been doing pretty good lately. Well, not lately. The past couple of days, the market's been going down quite a bit. If you go to the research, it hasn't really gone down today that much. It's what is it? It's the 21st. Yep, 21st of October. So the past couple of days, the market's kind of gone down, but I'm not really too worried about it. My portfolio in the last week's down about like 1.5%. So not that bad. Nothing to sweat about. I mean, if this went down 10%, I'm not really sweating it as well too, because I know that eventually the market is going to go back up. I'm going to consistently invest into the portfolio and purchase more of these dividend paying stocks at a lower value, which is actually really good. I actually made some purchases yesterday. So I had McCormick here. If you don't know what McCormick is, they sell like spices, like lemon pepper, burger seasoning, chicken seasoning, Old Bay, stuff like that. I don't know if they have Old Bay, but for example, they have, seasoning and stuff like that they do other stuff, related to, cooking and, seasoning and all that. Great dividend company. I just thought that it was a little bit, too overvalued for me, and I wanted to put my money towards something like Best Buy, which I recently just, pretty much swapped these two out. Best Buy, if you don't know or haven't, been paying attention recently, well, not recently, but Best Buy's been on a tear lately. The dividend growth with this company has been just insane, and especially now, considering that companies like Amazon are, supposedly retail killers, quote unquote. Best Buy has been thriving this whole time. They are on the top of, selling technology. They're a technology appliance store, pretty much. They've been handling, the Rona pretty well. They've been, doing curbside pickups. They've been using, their supply chain is just super killer right now. So you can order a MacBook online and go pick it up at the store like in an hour if you wanted to. Or you can just go to the store and do it. Or you can just order it online and have it shipped to you. It doesn't matter. Best Buy, they have, so many options for the consumer, and they just make it so easy for you to go out and purchase appliances. And you can't forget things like Black Friday. They have sales and everything. You can actually go in, unlike Amazon, you can go in and look at the products and, test it out, talk to a professional about it. Talk to a consultant, all these things you can do at Best Buy that you can't do on Amazon. On Amazon, all you have to rely on is like reviews, and even those are, not 100% accurate. Some are biased. So I really like Best Buy. I actually, I bought a couple of things the other day, like, some AirPods, and I'm going to buy Call of Duty Cold War over there at Best Buy just because I like them. But just stuff like that. I already shop at Best Buy, so I feel like this is, a good addition to the portfolio. Their growth lately has been like the past 3 years, their dividend growth has gone up like 50%, something crazy like that. I'm sure I could show you on Seeking Alpha, but you know what? I'll just show you right now. Let's go look up Best Buy on Seeking Alpha. Let's go. Alright. If you go to their dividends, let's go. Okay. So, 5-year growth rate, 23%. That's pretty good. Double digits. Not only double digits, but double to double digits. It's really good. Their payout, low freaking payout. Pretty low dividend, It's not too low, but it's not too high as well, too. It's pretty healthy. Payout ratio is healthy. If you go to their yield on cost, I actually haven't looked at the yield on cost, but, looking at it, it's going up. As the cost goes up, so does the yield. So it's growing. Dividend growth in the double digits. I mean, like, this is what you want. This is ideal. This is substantial dividend growth. This is like you working your job and you get a 10% raise on your salary, or a 20% raise on your salary, 23%, like that's almost 25. You're getting a quarter more. Like, imagine if you're making $100,000 and your boss is like, hey, I'm giving you a 25% raise. You're getting an extra $25,000. Like, what? That is insane. So, same concept pretty much with this. I mean, just look at their dividend history. I mean, just blah, 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 just like a staircase, like perfect staircase. Like, that's amazing. So yeah, there's a great addition to the portfolio. I'm really happy with it. So when I sold off McCormick, it actually bought Best Buy and Costco. And then here, I made a purchase for this dividend ETF here. If I can take a look at it, hold on. We can just go right here. So I got this SPYD. This is a high dividend tracker for the S&P 500. So what this ETF does is it tracks the top 80 companies, top 80 highest paying dividend companies in the S&P 500. The reason why I got this ETF is because of the interest rates. The Fed, they lowered interest rates to nearly 0%. So if you go to any high yield savings account, I mean, you're lucky to get 1% of interest if you put your money in that savings account. And I mean, that is not great. I mean, you're pretty much losing money at that point to inflation. So I mean, if you're saving your money in a high yield savings account at the moment, I know at Capital One my interest rate is like 0.5%. So not even 1%, it's half of that. It's 0.5 of 1%. So that is, pretty poor. And it's not really the bank's fault. It's because of the Fed lowering interest rates. But I decided to pull my money out of my savings account, and I actually had to pay a debt because I borrowed some money from my aunt, for college, of course. So I had to pay her back. So I'm kind of restarting from the ground up with savings. I mean, obviously I have my portfolio, but in regards to saving money, I'm keeping it in this ETF right here. It's got a great yield. It's got about 5% yield right there. A low expense ratio as well too. I mean, the price is, you can't beat that. It's $28 per share. So right now I have about $239 into this fund, and I have about 8 shares so far. So yep, that's the plan right now. I'm gonna be keeping my money in here, so it's actually earning something rather than losing money over time. So that's the plan with this. But yeah, so if you look at the trend over here with my my portfolio, I wanted to point out something interesting as well too. So if you look at over here, I believe it was February 28th. On this day, the market started freaking out because of the whole virus and everything as well. So you can see this is the dip right here. This little dip. This is the lowest point in my portfolio. Lost about almost $1,000, about $800. Lost about $800 in a matter of like a week. So yeah, and then you can kind of see just over time. I mean, it's been building up and building up. I've been constantly contributing to my portfolio, and I mean, you know, it's just like a roller coaster, just keeps going up, just building and building and building. So if that's not proof that, you know, time in the market in the long term versus the short term, it will pay off. Seeing this to me encourages me to not freak out when the market dips really bad like it did back then, because I mean, I think I lost more money than $800. I think it was more close to like $2,000, I think, like 2,300, 2,200, I think, like at the peak. So not a fun time to, you know, be an investor, but I stuck with it. I kept on contributing, and I mean, it's paid off. So if there's like, you know, one theme that I'd like to, you know, point out, if you haven't noticed, is that, you know, consistency and discipline and just long-term thinking will go a long way if you plan on wanting to be eventually financially free, or just create another source of passive income. This is essential if you want to, you know, create a life where you don't have to go to work, if you want to go travel and do, you know, do all that like I said before. So just a thought. With that said, I believe that's going to be it for this video. I just wanted to do a little update on my portfolio. But yeah, I think the next video I'm going to create one talking about my favorite companies here, kind of doing like a company breakdown. And yeah, so if you want to check that out, I'll leave a link in the description. Or there will be one on the screen, and if there's not one on the screen, there's going to be one on the end screen, so keep an eye out for that. But yeah, just want to say thank you guys for tuning in and listening to me. If you guys have any questions over anything, or any comments about how I can improve these videos, or any subjects or topics that you want me to talk about, I'll, you know, look into it and hopefully make a video on it. But yeah, just want to say I'm going to be trying to be more consistent. I mean, obviously I'm trying to look for another job right now, you know, get my foot in to my career field. So I will keep you guys posted on that. These next couple of the days I'm going to be working like crazy, but I'm going to be off Sunday night, I believe. Yeah, well, not Sunday night, the whole day Sunday. So I'm going to be dedicating that time to watching football and creating another video for y'all, okay? But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys in the next one.